Hello students. While understanding different aspects of the Elizabethan drama, we come across very interesting facts regarding the Elizabethan theater. This theater was also called the English Renaissance theater or the early modern English theater. This refers to the theater of England between the time 1562 and 1642. Now remember that this was the period when the plays written by William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe, and Ben Jonson were being staged. In the beginning, the Elizabethan plays were performed by touring companies. There were various locations where these plays were performed. For example, there were the courtyard inns, the indoor playhouses, which were obviously private houses of noblemen, and there were open air amphitheaters where these plays were staged. During Elizabeth's reign, the English drama started to be performed in private theaters or playhouses. Red Lion, which was built in 1567, was the first permanent theatre, but it was very short lived. The theatre, which was built by James Burbage in 1576, was the first very successful permanent theatre. It was very large and a public house, and it was open air theatre. The Swan and the Globe were the famous theatres with which Shakespeare's name is linked because he used to perform in these theatres very often. Blackfriars Theatre was the first roofed or enclosed theatre, but it was very small and private. During the days of the plague, theatres were expelled from London city. That means they were built outside the city. Most of the public theatres had same structure. We'll see that they were either rounded or polygonal in shape. They were open air theatres and contained huge number of audience. These theatres were three-storied and built with timber, plaster, or sometimes flintstone. Levels of inward-facing galleries overlooked at the open center. In the open center, there was a jutted stage, which was a platform covered by the galleries in front from three sides. The rear side was only for exits and entrances of the actors or for the sitting of musicians. The upper level of this stage was used as balcony, as in the scene from Romeo and Juliet, or for an actor to give a speech, as in Julius Caesar. No curtains were used and there were no intervals. Performances occurred in afternoon because there were no use of artificial lighting in those days. When light began to fade, candles were lit. The stages had little or rather no stage property or scenery because the scenes were described by actors through the course of the play. As you see in this picture, the flags were exhibited on top of the theatre when there was a play to be staged and the show was declared with the help of these flags. Now, the entry to the theatres was charged differently for different people. The rich noblemen were charged with more money because they had the privilege to sit near the stage around the jutted platform, while the gentry or peasants or common people they were charged less and they had the access to these three layers or three stories of the gallery which were specifically for them. The rising Puritan movement was hostile towards theatre. Entertainment was considered sinful, and so on September 2, 1642, staging of plays in London theatres were banned. Though proper full-length plays were banned, the theatre was not closed completely. However, the buildings were used for other purposes than staging plays. The ban was lifted in 1660 after the restoration of monarchy. The new genre of plays, like Restoration comedy, gave English theatre its own character. This was a brief overview of Elizabethan theatre. The salient features of Elizabethan stage and different aspects of staging the drama will be discussed in the next video. Thank you.